so easy to believe in. You're saying I'm your favorite girl. We were open and unwritten. All I see is all you are. Every day a new beginning, waking up inside your arms, and I'm still holding on. Every line that's
But here's how it went down, and Seth and Isela has shared this story with me, and I'd like to share it with you here today. Seth's living down in St. Louis, and he's hanging out with Jeremy and Luke. And these two wise men gave Seth a bit of advice on how to approach a woman that is out of your league. And this is what they told him. They said, Seth, just go for it, shoot your shot. And I think at that advice, and I think they probably picked that up on an episode of Dr. Phil or something. But you know what? Seth listened to them. And Seth was back in Peoria, and he asked Isela to go out on a date and go for a motorcycle ride. And Isela tells it like this. A former co-worker asks for a motorcycle ride, and all of a sudden Seth's hand's on her knee. Seth, you're one smooth individual. But I tell you what, I think that we have two takeaways from that are both biblical. And one is that we all need friends who should give us wisdom. And the second is, if God ordained something to happen, like today, Seth, you weren't going to mess it up. We've all been at weddings where we've seen the father of the bride asked, who gives this woman to this man? And I got to tell you, of all the weddings that I've been to, I've never heard a priest, I've never heard a pastor, I've never heard a preacher explain what happened in that moment. And Isela, I just want to say I'm so glad that you wanted to include this in today, because here's what we witnessed. When I asked Les, who gives this woman to this man, and he replied, her mother and I, here's what took place. For a large part of your life, Isela, your mother and father have been your main source of protection. They've been your main provider. They've encouraged you when you were down. They've nurtured you when you were sick. They've loved you the way parents love a child. And here's the truth, Seth. Her parents are always going to be Team Isela. They're going to support you, but they're Team Isela. And you know what? They'll always be your supporter. But today there's a shift that's taking place. And as any father who's ever given away his daughter in marriage will tell you, that there's a part of this day that can be hard. Because we hope and pray that our son-in-law will step into that role, and they will be that protector, that provider, that encourager, that nurturer. Seth, there's a saying in the fire service, and they say it to firefighters when they retire. We say it to firefighters' families when we lose a firefighter. We say this, I'll take it from here. And Seth, that's what you're telling Isela's parents today, that you're going to take it from here.
I Seth, take you, Isela.
I Isela, take you, Seth.
Be my wedded wife.
Be my wedded wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or for poor.
For richer or for poor.
In sickness or in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Till death does us part.
Till death do us part.
I pledge you my faithfulness.
I pledge you my faithfulness.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Seth, you may kiss your bride. It's my incredible honor to be the first to introduce you today, Mr. and Mrs. Seth Clarion.
Isela's stepdad. And over the course of time, we've had our ups and downs. And I like to think that she loves me for it, and I love her for it. Seth, there's going to be times of ups and downs. When you marry into this family, there's ups and downs. And you're not going to enjoy the ups unless you have a couple downs. Fight through them, be persistent. Just continue pushing down that path. I heard Uncle Scott talk about Team Isela today. That Isela's mom and dad are always going to be Team Isela. Well, I'm here to tell you, Scott, you're right, 100%, you're right. We're always going to be Team Isela. But today, Team Seth has joined our family. Welcome to the family.
Hi, I'm Maddie, and I'm going to do my best to get through this without crying. Not gonna happen. I remember having a conversation with Sel after a hard breakup, and her just being over dating and feeling like she had lost some of herself and wanting to find her again. I told her to just enjoy being single, focus on you, and someone will come into your life and you would least expect it. I even said maybe try stepping outside of your comfort zone. When she first told me about Seth and how he hunts, fishes, and wears camo, I was thinking, I don't see this lasting. But after being around Seth a few times and hearing her talk about him, I wondered if he could be the one. But to be able to watch the shifts in her from saying she was never getting married to moving to another state, and then eventually saying, well, if I did get married, and then getting that FaceTime call saying she was engaged. It has truly been amazing to watch, and if you've been around the both of them, you can just see and feel the love that they have for each other. Even though they are complete opposites, they truly complement each other. So, I'm so happy that you have found your person, and I can't wait to watch this next phase in life for you as a wife. Seth, thank you for loving my sister, for dealing with her obsessions with Snoopy and Marshalls, but most of all for making her feel safe and always just letting her be her goofy self. I love you both. Congratulations. God.
My name's Brad. I'm Seth's brother. Seth has improved himself so much over the years, and since he has met Isela, he has made that much better. I'm so glad you came around. You were always encouraging him. It's not hard to see why my brother fell in love with you. You were smart, sweet, always have a smile on your face, total patience, always pleasant to be around. Beavis, asking Isela to marry you was the best decision you ever made. As proud as I am of my brother today, I'm equally as proud to welcome you, Isela, to this big, collaborated family. The love and happiness in both your hearts is easily felt by everyone around you. I'm so proud of the both of you, and I'm proud of everyone who knows you're my brother. Let's toast. If I could ask everybody to raise a drink, through the good, the bad, the ugly, may you always forgive and forget, never hold a grudge for very long. Promise to meet each other at home at night and live happily ever after. I love you both.